Don't weaponize people's moments of weakness, okay? Or people's humanity or things people may have done or did or whatever that you do not agree with. You know what I mean? Especially if it doesn't affect you, affect your money. It doesn't affect your family. It doesn't affect you as a person, your mind, body, soul, whatever. If it doesn't affect you, you can have an opinion. But as far as you weaponizing it to prove or to disqualify someone, be very, very careful with that. Very careful, especially considering you're not a supernova or a super being walking around here. We all are human. We all have this vessel here. Okay. So we all are given to certain things as far as how this world works. Okay. As far as how our body works, how our mind works, we're all human. Right. And since we are all human, you too one day will want to be given grace. You will want to be trying to have people try to understand you and try to seek to, you know, maybe showing love, okay? What I'm trying to say is love covers a multitude of sins. Does that mean that, you don't have opinions about things that you don't agree with? No. Does that mean that you are supposed to, be quiet when something is happening to you or your family? Absolutely not. That's what we have the law system for, which I respect that. I had a uncle by marriage that was a police officer. So much respect to them and the armed forces. Tons of people in my family are armed forces. We're not talking about that in the sense of like justice and vendettas and things of that nature. We're talking about good old fashioned plain, what you would call gossip, or even the truth. Some of it is not even gossip. Some of it is the truth. It's just that I will be very careful and being so hard on others, especially if you don't feel called to, or if you feel like the God or whoever whatever you subscribe to is not having you to do that. Just be careful, because you too one day will have the spotlight on you, whether whatever matrion that you're known in, or your matron that you're known in. It could be locally, it could be internationally, it could be what have you. It could be in the workplace, it could be, at your bikers club, right, or at your pool club. A lot of people like to play pool, right, or bowling or something. So what am I saying? I'm basically saying is when we see things that happens to others, humanity, we don't have to agree with them. We can be disgusted by it. We can even learn lessons from it, right? But to feel like you're like, haha, like you're having a haha type of moment. I knew you wasn't perfect. Nobody's perfect. And I would be very scared of those who think that they are. I don't want no smoke with them though. But I just kind of smile and back away slowly. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's just be very careful when we're judging other people. Judge not lest you be judged. Again, don't read into what I'm not saying, okay? I'm just saying, I know this is social media age. I know this is the age of gossiping. This is the age of everybody, ooh, they want the tea, and the men want the tea, the women's want the tea, everybody want the tea. And okay, but if somebody offer you the tea, say, nah, I'm not thirsty. You drink stuff when you're thirsty. No, I'm not thirsty. I already had some water. I'm good. I got the hot tea. I don't like hot tea. I don't want none. I got some at home. Okay. Right? There are certain ways you can kind of decline that. I mean, it's just not give into it. Now, of course, we all are naturally curious. I get that. So, you can kind of want to listen and know what's going on. I'm not saying don't watch the news or don't listen to the old man at the bus stop that's telling you about what happened at the bus stop. Some things you need to know so you can kind of be cautious. It's not to be paranoid, but it's good to know certain things. But as far as like, getting filled by it and like you're fiendish for wanting to know, because I've had a lot of people do that with me, unfortunately. Like, oh my God, did you see she passed gas? She's a baby mama. She's a this all. It's just like, okay, yeah. And what are you doing? What have you been doing? All right, so those are things just to consider. It is. I know this is not popular in humanity nowadays. It's popular, to be the opposite extreme, but just in case, just think about it like that. You might laugh and sticker, haha, if you hear it, but just in case, keep your mouth closed. Just in case. Show some level of humility, just in case, because we all have things that we're not proud of. You still will do things you're not proud of. You might have good intentions and still could be like, but man, why did I do that? I didn't turn it to my uncle, or why did I do that? I didn't turn it to what I said. Then even Paul said that a lot of you people who do not subscribe to the Bible, that's fine. Even Paul said that thing that I wish that I would not do, I did it. Why did I do that? Now, from a lot of you would say, well, double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. Was Paul having an unstable moment? We all have those unstable moments. Again, as to why God will approach Jacob and Israel within the same person. That's double-minded, isn't it? So we all have a what? A flesh and a spirit, don't we? Okay, so we have to be careful with that. And this, thing about called life, we're just learning how to try to manage the flesh, right? And then also enjoy the flesh. You can enjoy the flesh. How else do you think a little babies get here? I don't know why they always. How do you think? Yeah. So you're supposed to enjoy this within context, right? And we all do it too much. We might have spirit of gluttony. You might eat too much. You might talk too much. You might have a big mouth. And just because you're not talking in public don't mean you're not talking behind the scenes. Like near the water cooler. You know what I mean? Like proverbial water cooler. In green rooms, in group chats, in text messages, in emails, in body language. And you looking at your friend. You understand? So it's all any type of thing. It could be anything. You probably could play pool too much. Too much fun, not enough work. Too much work, not enough. Anything done in excess that's not balanced. It's a false balance. And if you're trying to put it off like, oh, this is how it is, you're showing people how it is to be falsely balanced. Okay. So instead of just being humble, say, I don't have everything all together. I'm not here to judge anybody. That's not my job. I'm literally not a judge, okay? I'm not in the law system. I'm not in the armed forces. As far as like me thinking, I have to police you. Like, that's not my job. I can notice something and have an opinion. I can even laugh about it. You can't stop me from laughing, right? Because tons of people have laughed at me. I can't stop them. Like, hey, you're laughing. Like, I can't stop people from doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that'd be like, why would I waste my time? Because sometimes people laughing at you is the only joy they feel. So with that being said, it's just, have some humility, right? My birds agree with me at least. Just have some humility. If you are in covenant with someone or if you're in a relationship with them, it could be a friend or associate or what have you. It could be your husband. It could be your wife. It could be your soon to be. It could be your parent. It could be your child. Stuff gets real with people close to you. It can get really real or really raw. But then, show grace. If you have to separate for a little bit, as far as like even if just going out for a walk, if you have to, gather yourself, go do that. And then that's your way of showing grace. Whatever way that you feel led, that's not violent or, that's not going to upset the balance of things in your life. You have to be able to gauge how you're going to handle those situations. We grown. I ain't going to try to, emphasize you guys and talk to you like you're babies. You're not babies, right? We're all smart. So given as I am someone who has been the main point of a lot of controversial conversations that I was not a part of or didn't know about, I found out about them though. And being shown myself how dark and how grotesque humanity can be in their self-righteousness when they are completely flawed to like from the crown to the sole of their feet, flawed and will still look their nose up at you. I knew, I've been on the opposite extreme of that. It doesn't feel good, but it does teaches you, if I ever find some people that's really real with me that I love, we might have our moments, but I'm not going to be that like that with them. You know what I mean? Even if you might see it come out of yourself and be like, I didn't mean to be like that. That was an ugly side of myself. Right. So everything is a learning lesson. You can look at it that way. Hopefully, learn something about yourself first, not about other people. It's not about studying someone and looking and see that. I knew it. No, study yourself. You don't know everything about yourself. I don't know everything about myself. That's what the beauty of relationships come in plural. If they're God-given relationships, they're different reflections of us, and we can learn. They might be able to see things that we don't see, blind spots, things we don't see about ourselves. You don't see everything about yourself. Even if you look in the mirror, can you see your backside? Can you? No? Okay. So if you look at it in the mirror, you're like, I can see everything. I know myself. Somebody with a different perspective that's in proximity to you can look at the back and say, man, in the back, Seem like you got some toilet paper hanging out your pocket back there. Was you using the bathroom or something? Ain't nothing on me because you arrogant, because you like, I can see myself, right? And see, y'all see me? And it's like, nah, but you know, the perspective is off, right? That's why it does matter who's in proximity to you, okay? And that's why it also matters in who you listen to, who's not in proximity to you. And it's not always geographical, okay? Some people, you can feel them in the spirit and stuff like that. You got to be careful with that as well. But I'm saying, as far as like, some people God can give you to pray for, or you could be in connection with from a far distance. Okay. But if they're critiquing, if they're analyzing of you, is coming from a place, a motive that's not how God sees you or how God wants you to be careful. Okay, be careful, because those gonna be the most merciless people in. Those are the most merciless people in the world. Like, they study you to have something to say. It's sinister. Like, see that? I knew it. You don't write in cursive well all the time. You just scribbled your name. It's laziness. Not considering. Now, this could be somebody that's in close proximity to you. Maybe you're tired, and maybe you just wrote it really fast. They don't look at your humanity as humanity. They look at your humanity as a point of contact where they can persecute you. Your personhood, your personality is points for them to persecute. I'm going to say it again. Amen, church. Your personhood, your personality quirks and flaws and cracks and maybe past trauma, that stuff is a point for them to persecute. Oh my God. You was rude to that cashier, because you thinking, this is my friend, that's my homegirl, that's my homeboy. We just gonna get some food, make some chicken wings, watch the game. We at the grocery store. I'm like, give me the, not considering they in proximity, they could see some of the stuff you went through, some of the stuff that you got going on, and they would not show you any grace at all, none. There will be none there. Okay, so this also is to be careful who you have around you, which is why I don't have a lot of people around me. For that reason. Okay. So I'm showing grace and mercy to anybody who's having a tough time right now, who's just, it might not be a tough time. We don't have to catastrophize everything too. That's also important. You have people that will catastrophize a moment, making a mountain out of a molehill. It could be a small moment. The right people can help put things into perspective and say, okay, calm down and just kind of come on up over here. Let's take a 10 deep breaths, 10 deep breaths, Okay, now sleep on it. We wake back up, right? They'll kind of de-escalate. They're not going to escalate and then, make it into a mind. Oh my God, like catastrophizing something. That's just your humanity. That's just, you probably need to get some more rest. You might be tired. You might have fell off into something. Maybe, they say lust is bad. I don't consider it bad because, again, how do babies get here in these marriages? How are they getting here? You were lusting. You wasn't in the spirit. Oh, I'm in the spirit. Oh, like you wasn't doing that. You saw something. You got up in something. Something came up out of that. Out of you and out of that. All right. That's what happened. That's how the babies got here. So that's lust. It depends on what you do with your lust. Especially if someone's not putting it on display for you to be lusting after. If you going out of your way to lust after something, that's your lust problem right there. You misplacing your lust. Okay, I know, because I got kids on the wetlocks. I can say these things from a non-judgmental place, from experience. Okay, I've repented. So, okay, so we want to be able just to garner ourselves. That's all I'm trying to say. We want to garner ourselves. I got to do my workout. Okay, so I'm just saying, show grace. If you hear something, don't. Even if it's your enemy, people that I done had some people that I'm just like. If it's people, it could be your baby daddy for some of y'all. Some of y'all could be an ex-boss, what have you, in-laws, those type of, those little sticky, little weird, little situations that's naturally like a little tension there. Even if you hear something happen to them, don't rejoice. What are you rejoicing for? Do you rejoice for something when you get a bad consequence for your behavior? No. So, you owe no man nothing but to love him. You don't even owe me your opinion. I don't care about your opinion. If it's not coming from a God point of view, if we're not in relationship, we're not in proximity, I don't know if you coming from a positive intentions. You're not really praying for me. You like secretly sneak dissing me and hating on me and studying and analyze. I don't want to know your opinion. I don't receive it and back to sender. Okay, return back to your sender Judge not lest you be judged, okay? So my thing is just to love people. I can laugh and say whatever I want to in the privacy of my own, wherever you at, But like let's watch that too, I'm gonna get better with that. So I'm gonna challenge myself because I do kind of laugh, like, ah, ha ha, But it's immature and it's ignorance. It is. We don't want to be ignorant, right? We want to get better. We want to grow and stuff like that. So just be mindful. You know what I mean? Every dog has a day, okay? And some of y'all's is about to start barking. I hear some barking. You hear it? No, I'm just serious. Every dog has. I know I done had mine several times. Like, would y'all get up off of me? So just show grace, show mercy, love. Just cover it. If it's not your job to uncover stuff. Just cover it. That's not your job. That's not your charge. That's not your mandate. Cover. And if you hate the person, move on. Just be indifferent. Like, I hate you. I want to expose. Like, you ain't got to expose nothing. That's not your job. That's going to happen when it's supposed. Again, if you're not in law enforcement or if you're not in the armed forces where it's like something physically where you have to like garner and watch over, like let's say if you have you own a grocery store, okay? And, people keep breaking in your grocery store. Okay, well, then you have to call. And then if you're a police, you have to say, of course, hey, they breaking in my grocery store, they stealing my stuff. I'm not talking about that. We're not talking about physical stuff. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about as far as stuff like, private and personal and social stuff that, that we kind of prying into, that prying spirit, that's called a rouseabout, a busybody. What's going on? What's, busy little beep, just buzzing around, just, irritating the crap out of it. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, okay? We all have done it. We don't want to keep doing it, okay? Laugh a little bit and then repent and stop, and just move them like, Lord, I'm glad that ain't me, right? Even if you can't say nothing nice, or if that's that's somebody you don't like, well, glad it ain't me, right? Because I know it could have been, right? So that way you kind of just keep yourself like grounded. That's the good word. Stay grounded. Show grace. I just spent 17 minutes just to say that. I talk too much. Stay grounded, humble, and show grace. That's it. You guys have a wonderful day. It's Thankful Tuesday. I hope that you find something to be thankful for. I'm thankful for love covering my multitude of sins. I'm thankful for when I was weak, the people bearing my infirmities that was stronger than me. I'm grateful for and good counsel. There's a multitude of good counsel. I'm thankful for good counsel. Even if it was an article I read, sometimes it's not always going to be physical people in your life. If it was someone has passed away and you can remember, and my grandfather used to say this and it helps you. I'm thankful to God for those times. And for anyone who feels the need or have felt the need to expose, to let people know about something, to tell them something about me, God bless you. And I hope that you have people that will show you as much grace as you have shown me. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.